Hey guys, Chuck's here. Just been updating some of my things that I'm going to do with my camera. I just bought a Canon, you can see 750 or the 750. So it came with two lenses, the 1855 and another one that's just the 50. So auto-focusing. So I think they call it the Rebel. I think it's the i6, maybe might be earlier. I think it's the i6, so that you can put your screen out, and you see I've used it a lot, out to the side so you can see what you're doing. Now that's all good and well, and you've got a battery in there and you can turn it on and it should light up, and it does light up, and the camera and the battery's almost dead. So no card at the moment, but I'll put a card in a minute. So yeah, battery's almost dead. So what am I going to do? And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, clean sensor, clean the front. Oh, that's fine. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube go to not AliExpress, because I went to AliExpress, but a lot of people on YouTube went to Amazon to get a 9-volt power supply, which is similar to this. I think I paid $10 for it, but after reading the back, you can only use, well, you can use bigger than 19s, and I'll probably put bigger than 19s in there. I only just noticed there were 19s, but I had some 19s hanging around, some old 19s, which I'm not going to use for anything else, and they're all reading at around about, these batteries are working after testing are about 1933 or around that figure, about that height. So I can put them inside this model here that cost me $10, and the batteries I picked up along the way. You've seen me doing a lot of work with them. So, and it's got the negatives along the top and the positives down the bottom. So don't stuff them up, because it would be quite easily. It's not a great idea that they make these easy to pull apart for people that shouldn't pull them apart. So just make sure that you get them around the right way, or you might fry the device and also destroy a battery and this device at the same time. So then we can just have a look, see if it's charged, and it's fully charged straight away. I don't have to worry about anything, and then I just have to set the voltage. So for that, I've got myself my handy little Fluke multimeter to test the voltage. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is output T. So is that 5 volts, or is that output T meant to be what I need? So I have this here. So this is a 5 volt. Well, I didn't really need to get the 9 volt, but I got it anyway. This is 5 volts, 2 amps to 4 amps, and it will up the voltage to 8.8 volts. So I don't need to change that, but if you were to use a direct line connection, which you can use that output there and set it to the voltage you want on the side. So at the moment, it's set for 3.3 volts for the other output. So you can set that. So I was making sure I didn't stuff up, really. It could go either way. So I will test this. The minute I get this loose, I'll test it and see if we have the right amount of voltage. So one says Android and one says Apple. I don't know what the hell they were doing when they did that. I'll just show you. I don't know whether you can just see that. Android and Apple. Different. Anyway, so we've got our multimeter on. We'll just test what the voltage is. Now, Fluke's pretty much the best multimeter you can get. I have one problem. This connector is so small. I don't even know if I'm going to get the thing in there. I might have to make up something. Ah, but look at this. Someone's provided me with a test probe out of nothing. So that was attached around the outside of the wiring. So I'll be able to use that to test this. It was quick thinking, that was. So we attach that to there. And I'll tell you what the voltage is. I don't think I can. So what's that at the moment? So at the moment that's 7 volts. 7 volts sitting there. I'm not too happy with that. Try the other outlet and see what the difference is. So this is now the Apple output, not the Android output. So this is 7.5. So it's a bit better. I don't know by any means or stretch of the imagination, but we'll check the batteries. They're still high, so we'll be able to adjust. So this is what comes with it. So just don't stuff around. This is the battery, blank battery, made in China. Then you plug this into the bottom of it. I'll try and bring it over. Plug this into the bottom of it, and that'll be able to charge the phone, the camera. Phone. Charge the camera off that battery. So I'll just take this battery out, and we'll check the difference. Pretty much exactly the same size, except with a connector underneath. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is, do I need to leave the gate open on this thing, or do I drill a hole into it and put a thing into it? Let's have a look. Okay, after quickly reading it, and I mean quick, just there's either a hole here for you if you got one, or there's this hole here that can connect in. So let's try and put it through here and see if anything changes. Maybe there's a switch. You can see right here there's an actual hole to put your cable in. So let's try that. So even if, oh God. Big problem. This is never going to shut on that cable. Even if you get the cable in, this is not going to fit in there. It's not recessed, it's nothing. So it's not going to work for me. And I'm under the impression that that micro switch needs to be shut down. So here is the actual piece of plastic. I'm wondering whether I can turn that switch on and see if it actually will turn on. Now we'll give it a try. I'm sure there's something here that I can use to switch that on. So I've tried to put a zip tie in there to activate the switch, which is meant to be on the side. There is some information here. But there's no way with that that's going to go into that recess. And they do sell it for this 750D, or is it D750? I can't remember. That should be able to work. So now, of the strange understanding that it's made by a company called VITE, VitSun, SUN. And this VitSun mob say it should work. So what do? Do I find another charger pack and see if I can get it to work? I think that this thing's working fine. Oh, hold on. I pressed the button and I got it to turn on. So I've got it turned on by accident. I've pressed it at the same time with that thing in there. And you need to turn it on to see if it works. So it's telling me I've got a full battery. So that's good. All I have to do now is put a memory card, which I picked up one of these for, and so you're cheapy here in Australia for $23. And I'll fit that to there. So I'm wondering if I take this thing out, will it turn off? Yes, it does. So you do need to fit a zip tie, a little zip tie, into the hole, because technically the cover won't shut anymore, which is annoying. Very, very annoying. So I don't know whether that helped anyone, but that's what I'm doing at the moment. So that has fixed that up. Now I'll fit this in a second, but the other thing I bought, I had a Rode, like I've got 2,000 subscribers. People have got better things to do than watch some of the stuff. Some of the people actually say to me, oh, I didn't like your video editing or something like that. Like, I'm only starting out. I haven't been in this maybe for 2 years, but I've got all that ready to go. And this is the new Rode shotgun mic. And I'm hoping that's going to improve my audio. And we need to charge this up. But I'm going to give it a try tomorrow and see how that goes. I'm wondering whether that's turned itself off, and it has, because this is turned off, which is very peculiar, because it just turns off, or whether the card turned it. An Australian item, I believe. I'm Australian, so not that I care who makes them, but it's nice enough that we've got someone still manufacturing stuff here and doing a good job. Now, they have an input on the back, which you can replace the cable if it stuffs up. There's a charger cable that comes with it, and a battery, which needs to be put inside a lithium battery. So I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll put that together. That'll be the next thing. I was going to do another video on my CNC machine. I'm still learning. I actually was using this laptop to virtualize everything, but it was causing me a little bit of problems with it. The other thing I've got to do is I've got to do a quick review on this. It's a True Solar MPPT 100x30 Victron, which I want to fit to my caravan. Yeah, so with these, you press the front, both sides, to put in your lithium battery, and then you pop it in. But I've got to have a quick look. So negative on the outside, you've got two negative signs there. And what do you got here? Doesn't really tell you much about the battery. Oh, it shows you positive that side. So it does show you on top of it a positive and a negative. And it says negative there, so it doesn't matter which way you push it in there, as long as you put the positive towards the unit itself and the negative the other way. Now, I don't know whether this will turn on. Yep, it does turn on. So I'll be able to hook that up. And then I'll have to charge it, of course. So I'll be able to hook that into the back of here. And another one. I'm just double check. No, that doesn't turn on. Not too impressed with that. Just got to find where the audio jack goes on this thing. Because my last camera, which I've still got, is a Sony, which I haven't used because it didn't have half the features as this one, this autofocus one. So now I have that, and I'll be able to just fit that on top of here, and I have a full setup as long as I press a button here to keep this on, which is very stupid in my opinion. I'll put a card in, and then all I have to do is hook it up and see what I get. So what do you think? Is that a better option than using my phone? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what type of software you guys use, if you do use software to actually edit your camera footage. Because I don't have a lot of money, so I'm just going to ask people what is a good editor within reasonable, free or cheap that I can get to use. Anyway, I'll pull this apart. I'll get the camera bits and pieces and we'll get into it. So I finally got it all set up. I've decided to mount that down there with some double-sided tape, and the only way to turn it on is to press that button and it will turn on. And yeah, pretty happy with it. Just have to play around with it a little bit. It's the first time I've set one up, and yeah, it's yeah,